what I want you to know.
I used to be so broken, lost, empty. A heart with no beat, a singer with no song to sing. So I know the feeling, the silence is deafening.
I started to look better physically, but on the inside, things weren't wired right and they weren't working well, and I was struggling and suffering out in public, but nobody could see. And God was doing things and He was working things, and people had a perception that things were something that they weren't. And I don't want anyone to be confused and think that any success that they think I have, anything that they see me do, the relationship, the children, they were all broken until Jesus. There is no me. I literally would be in a corner somewhere sucking my thumb, lost if not for Jesus Christ. There's not a talent that I have that I can even claim. I just don't ever want anybody to think that I think I am something that I'm not, because I know exactly who I am and I know whose I am. And I want everyone to have that same passion, to live in that place where you're just so free to know it's not you and it's not about you. It's the best place. It takes all the pressure off. I just want everyone to know what it feels like to have no pressure. To just be. That's it. That's why.
Jesus took me and He held me close, gave me love, refilled my heart, helped me grow better because His love, it made me whole. He's available anytime. Try Him out, He'll change your life. See, I know that, yeah.
So how can we just be? What would you say it first starts off with? What would you say if you could put it in obviously it's not truly like this, but if you could put it in a 1, 2, 3, what would be step 1?
It starts with Jesus. This tattoo was excruciating going on. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. People that get tattoos will be like, oh girl, please. But I'm not kidding you. Mm-hmm. It was painful. It is putting the kingdom first. Mm-hmm. You know, what it says is Matthew 6:33, seek first the kingdom of heaven and His righteousness, and all these things will be provided unto you. Step 2 is the knowing Him, getting to know, and putting the word in your heart. And as the word is in your heart, you start to obey.
So relationship. So we got step 1, we got step 2, which is relationship, which is obedience. And now what would be step 3 if you could?
It's knowing. Now you're at knowing.
Nobody stopping my shine. They try to break me, try to take me out, but I got Jesus on my side. So bad I thought I would die, but ain't no power stronger than the one who came and laid down His life. And I got mountains to climb, but the enemy can't stop me, 'cause there's a calling on my life.
When I think of my mom, I think of how much she changed and how free that she can be now without any hurt or any pain in her life. She can be like kind of like child, like she'll be joking around, and I'm like, that's where my mom was. Like that's, I think she's finally like who God wants her to be.
He said He would, so I trust Him at all times. You see what the enemy planned for my downfall turned out to be the greatest victory of my life.
That is the key to my journey to freedom, because I don't know if I could have made it without my kids. They were like they were the reason I kept breathing. They were the reason I kept fighting. And there were so many days I just wanted to quit. There was a lot of days that I just I can't take another step. Physical pain is one thing, but emotional pain, it's like walking around on an open blister and having to walk on it every single day with a smile on your face. And no one can see the wound, but you feel it and you live with it. But I didn't want that for my kids. I wanted them to have a mom. I wanted them to have a dad, and I wanted them to have a parent who was really doing what they said they were doing. I knew I wasn't perfect. And believe me, I probably was more critical of myself than anyone in the world when it comes to parenting. I don't think I felt like I was a decent parent until Q was graduating. I have an eighth grade education, and to see my kids graduating and going to college and following Jesus, and everything else is like, what? I mean, there isn't another accomplishment really that really matters. What? An award or what? I mean, this legacy lives on forever.
Come on. Brothers and sisters, I'm feeling real good because it ain't over. Right before I die, I gotta
live out my dreams so I can be what he planned for me. Not just for me, but so they can see much more of him and less of.
Right before I die, I gotta
love my enemies, forgive the past and set them free, so I can free up the things, every blessing God has for me. See, it's for me, not just for you. I had to learn from what I've been through. I can't go through that way again. Be hurt by you that way again. It's not the end.
no.
I used to be afraid to die. I used to be afraid to try.
Used to be afraid,
I was too afraid of knowing what really looked like.
but the sun.
But the sun came to give me light. Now I feel like I can touch the sky. I'm ready. If you're ready.
If you're ready, get up and live.
Right now. 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 Right now.
Get up and live.
Right now. 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 Right now.
Right before I die, I gotta
Change how I think, change how I speak. I'm not the same, so when I speak, you don't hit the plane. No longer weak with no one to
right before I die, I gotta
come on like you. Take up my cross to count the cost, 'cause I was lost. That's why I praise you.
You're the only God,
I don't know what they do.
but I know
I used to be afraid to die.
I used to be.
I used to be afraid to try.
I see y'all,
'Cause I was too afraid of knowing what really looked
but here
like.
comes the sun.
But the sun came to give me light.
Y'all see it?
Now I feel like I can touch the sky. I'm ready. If you're ready.
If you're ready, get up and live.
Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now.
I feel so good.
Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now.
Get up and live.
Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now.
I see you, Sean.
Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now. Right now.
Let the beat breathe.
Just kind of want you to share why you would do that again. Because I love Jesus, that's one. And two, my only options are to follow and obey Jesus or live in the darkness with Satan. And I lived in the darkness with Satan, and that didn't work out so well. So I'd rather suffer with Christ
Right.
for a purpose than live in the midst of chaos with Satan,
Right.
only to end up in my own spiritual death.
Right.
Won't he do it? He said he would. So I trust him at all times. You see what the enemy planned for my downfall turned out to be the greatest victory of my life.